All right, let's have a look here. Well, let's have a look, see if this actually works. Let's have a look. Let's see if this actually works. All right, let's have a look here. Damn, I gotta fix this stuff. Hold on. Hold on, people. We've never done this before. Excuse me. Hold on. Oh gosh. What have we done here? How are we going to do this? This is Tarot Lumination. Greetings. I see that there's a couple of folks here, and this is another episode of ASTROBABBLE. And let me just do some adjustments. Hold on. Please bear with me. I think I recognize all of you guys. Hey. Yay. Hi, Amira. Hi, Gaia. Hi, Manuela. Hi, Maria. Hi, Shanita. Manfred Moran. Hey, Lumi. Yeah, that's right. Cool. That's cool. You got it, man. You got the name. Manuela. Hi. Yeah. So, as you can tell, this is kind of a weird, wacky thing. Welcome to another episode of ASTROBABBLE. Yay! But the difference this time is that for some reason Tarot Lumination decided to go completely berserk and do this thing live. Oh my God. Why? I don't know, except that the thing is, Tarot Lumination has to do the homework anyway. Tarot Lumination is not an astrology channel, but we gibber about it anyway because that's the way that people seem to do their tarot readings. Now, I have no idea why, because the tarot does not depend at all in any way, shape, or form on astrology or your sun sign or anything. And I've never figured it out. It's just that every other freaking tarot reader does it this way. So I feel like Tarot Lumination has no choice but to comply. And by the way, thank you, greetings and welcome. Thank you for all showing up. Wow. Yeah, baby, this is live. This is actually happening. This is, hold on, let me get the color pens here so that you know. This is ASTROBABBLE. And we're going to talk a little bit about astrology. Because this is a very, very important time frame we are entering right now. And it's going to be about the, mostly about the Leo new moon and full moon, especially the eclipse. Oh my God. And guess what that relates to? That relates to, how am I going to do this? Let's do it like this. I'll just go back here. Okay, hang in, people. We're just making this all up as we go along, okay? So you're seeing right now, you're seeing inside the brain, inside the computerized brain system of Tarot Lumination. We're also going to be looking at the Leo North node. Yes, 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 yes. It's a very, very, very interesting and very amazing time, people. Can you read that all right? Can you read this okay? I hope so. This is Tarot Illumination's best efforts to say hello and welcome to another episode of ASTROBABBLE. We've done a couple recorded versions before. Thank you very much. But this is very special because we're entering the Leo North Node dynamics for real. Ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doom. And it's all being ushered in through the big eclipses, which are coming up in August. So the whole idea of this video is to kind of give you like a heads up so that you can make the best of these times. Okay, I hope you understand. I'm doing what I can here for you. Let's have a look. Let's put this aside. You got that, right? Okay, welcome, blah, blah, blah. Let's do this. That's for questions or something later on. Let's do this. Okay, so there's the backdrop. This, everything that we're talking about here is just a massive, massive question mark. Okay, that's why we have a question mark in the middle. And for the sake of tarot illumination, in order to keep some order, we called it ASTROBABBLE because people like to read their tarot according to the astrology signs for whatever reason. But anyway, so I'm just going along with the convention of everybody else. And probably a lot of you know these things already, like this is your Pisces over here and your Sagittarius over there. And we go round and around and round and round. And you all know that these numbers here represent the houses. These are the houses, the different pie chart elements of your life that have been so conveniently divided up from Roman times onwards as a way to help us understand our lives in compartments, compartmentalization. And we have hundreds, if not thousands of years of history of exposure to all of these dynamics through experience. This is just the long-term documented experience, and now it becomes active in the way that we do tarot live now here in 2017. And what we've noticed on Little Channel Tarot Illumination is that there are a lot of really freaking smart people who come here who know a lot about this stuff already, okay? So it can be very intimidating for Tarot Illumination to deal with all this, okay? So we're going to do it anyway, just as if we know what we're doing, okay? So, hi, Becky. Hi, Precious. Hey, David. David. Oh, my God. It's probably your birthday coming up. Right, right. Hey, Devon. You're in Australia, right? Yay, 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 yay. So we're doing this live. I don't know if it's breakfast or lunch or dinner time or sleepy time, bedtime for you guys. But all of you are at least one of these. I had someone who came onto Tarot Illumination who was a triple Aquarius. In fact, she may be here tonight. I'm not sure, but she is this, and she's out there. She is a triple Aquarius, if you can believe that. So guess what's going to happen for the triple Aquarius person? They are really, really going to feel these freaking Leo eclipses and Leo North Node energies big time, because Aquarius is the opposite sign to Leo. And so all the action that we're going to be talking about right now is with the Leo North Node happening over here in the sign of Leo. Now, this is all pretty new energy. We've already put out the Tarot Illumination North Node video playlist, which I would encourage you to watch, okay, just for help. Hi, Ivona. Hey, Teresa. Hi. Hi, Beth. Hi, Beth. Greetings, greetings. Thank you for showing up. One of the reasons I'm doing this live as well is because it makes it much faster to upload the videos after it's recorded, because it's actually happening in real time, if that makes any sense. So let's just get on with things, okay? You probably recognize yourself in here somewhere. There's going to be, maybe you're a Capricorn sun with a Libra moon, or maybe you're a Sagittarius sun with a Leo moon, like in a hard square. Some people have that. Some people have beautiful trines. I know someone who has a beautiful Taurus sun, very nicely trined with a beautiful Virgo moon. But the puzzle is that their moon is in such a tight, short degree that it actually comes out mathematically as a hard square. Can you imagine that? Having the sun and the moon trined and very harmonious by the raw energy, and yet when you go into the details by hard angle, it's actually a square. That's really challenging. That can be very, very delicate. Needs a lot of tender, loving care to deal with that energy. Okay? So anyway, hey, Devin, I don't know how you do that with those squiggles, like the Libra, Virgo, Leo thing, but that is very, very cool. I think you're a freaking genius. So everybody, please acknowledge for a fact that Devin Rex Katz is a certified genius because she knows how to do things. Really, really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. Hi, Primary. I just saw you there. Hi. Greetings, greetings. Hi, Amira. Hi. So let's have a look just for fun, okay? Cheers again. It's happy hour, by the way, at Terra Lumination. This is just apple juice, so we're not breaking any YouTube laws about promoting, you know, substances. Thank you. Let's have a look. So here we go. Look at this. Here's where the mystery begins. Some people would say, here's where the magic begins. Doopy-doopy-doo. I don't know if you can see this clearly. I'm going to do my best to put it up there so you have a close look. I'm going to do it like this, like it's a very slow scan. Have a better look. These are just my personal notes, okay? I make these personal notes for all the significant astrological events. And I just do this for the general report for everybody. Okay, so there is Aries on the ascendant. There is Libra on the descendant. Okay, so what's going on? Okay, we're going to be reaching the end of, oh, by the way, just as a disclaimer, Terra Lumination is in a crazy neighborhood. Okay, we have airplanes, flight path, little babies and little children, screaming college kids, crazy out of control, rap, dance, techno, hip hop, EDM music. We have helicopters, sirens, emergency crews. We have hysterical breakdowns. We have wild parrots in the neighborhood. We have crazy people pulling wheelies out in the street. That's just everyday life here at Terra Lumination. But anyway, we're keeping all the windows and doors open today, so if you hear all sorts of weird stuff in the background, I'm sorry, that's just how it is, because we need fresh air right now, all right? So let's have a look. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a little new moon chart for July 23rd, 2017. It's going to be here before you know it, okay? Hi, Gaia. Did I say hi, Gaia, already? What's wrong, Manuela? Hold on. Hold on. Can everybody hear something? I hope I'm not screwing up the sound. You should be able to happen. Manuela, what's going on? Manuela, it says here you don't hear anything. Is that for real? Or can you folks hear me? Please, somebody type in and tell me you can hear me through all of this. Please, please, please. Oh, hey, Flutterby. Hi, Linda. Thank you so much. Thank God. I was just concerned because Manuela couldn't hear anything. Manfred, you're all good? Teresa, you're all good? Yay, yay. Gaia, God. Okay, cool. All right, let's move on. Whew. God, I thought I was screwing up. Okay, so here is a little Terra Lumination, little pictorial depiction of the new moon coming up at the end of July 23rd, 2017. It's all about Leo, people. Leo, Leo, Leo. Okay? It's a really, really strong new moon because all the energy is sitting over here in Leo, and it's supported by this big fat fire trine with Sagittarius, with Saturn in Sagittarius, and with Aries way over here in with Uranus. Okay, so it's a tremendously strong signal from the universe, from the energy of heaven, that we are all being very, very enthusiastically shoved, pushed, enticed, invited to move towards this Leo North Node energy. And the Leo North Node energy is like what we were describing in the Leo North Node little videos. It's all about you as an individual, your soul self, having the courage to rise up and shine and become your most shiny, brightest, most wonderful, amazing self, like a rock star, like a movie star, like the star of your own life, the star of your own show. And it's done with no shame, no inhibitions, okay? It's just all out, full out Leo from the heart energy. It's just like ripping your shirt open and saying, wow, I'm freaking awesome. This is me. This is how I am. I don't care if I look like a beach bum. I don't care if I look like a supermodel, but deep inside I'm soul crushed. It doesn't matter whether I'm a rich CEO, but I'm very, very, very disturbed about psychic phenomenon. It doesn't matter about any of that stuff because we accept you all as the complete being. In other words, it's the whole freaking warts and all scenario. In other words, having the courage to go out there and be you with all your beauty spots, with all of your flaws, with all of your wacky, wild humor, with all of your gifts, your knowledge, your wisdom, your understanding, and your warmth, and your generosity, and your caring. And you're supposed to bring that out into the world in whatever aspect of life this Leo North Node is hitting you. So just so that you know, let's just go back to the new moon. This is just the new moon for the end of July, okay? But it is a precursor for the eclipse. Eclipse is coming up in August. So this, for example, is Leo. So like if you are an Aries, for example, the Leo North Node is going to happen in your 5th house of romance, creativity, vitality, self-expression, risk-taking, enjoyment, fun, and happiness. All the full-on Leo energy, creativity. And it's the same thing, whichever sign. We go around like this, to this, to this, to this, to this, to this, to this. Okay, and so on. Now, I prepared some more charts here. Okay, we're going to come to those in a minute. Okay, but for now, I just wanted to focus on the new moon because that's where we're starting. Now, at this new moon, we are also going to be having a very hard square between Pluto and Jupiter. So it could bring out like obsessive, like power control issues in the most important relationships in your life, the one-on-one relationships. And it's going to be amplified because Jupiter is in Libra. And there's no way out of this. This is going to affect everybody. So just, you know, roll with it as best you can. Pluto is unrelentingly obsessive about what it does and how it does it. It doesn't give a crap about how you feel about what Pluto does and how it does it. Pluto is just doing what it has to do. And Pluto is in Capricorn here. And when Pluto is, you know, vibrating at the shadow levels, it's more about obsession, control, power, making things go the way Pluto wants it to happen, almost like being a completely maniacal control freak, okay, who's trying to control everything for the benefit of the Pluto person. Whereas in Capricorn, at high vibration, it would be all about bringing order into the structures of our life in a very, very well-managed way, so that our banks, our institutions, our day-to-day business of life, and how our life and world is structured is done in a very, very honorable, respectable way that functions. But it's very, very hard to do that. It's extremely hard to do that. And anything and everything else will be avoiding to try to do that because it's so hard to do it. We'll be trying to look for ways to wiggle out of having to answer to the Pluto energy. Also, at the same time, we've got a hard square, even though it's out of sign. Well, it's in sign, but it's a hard square between Mars and Uranus. So that can spark off a lot of like very, very like highly charged, like lightning type energy where people might want to express themselves. Oh, hey, hi, Janita. Hi, Delia. Oh, Beth. Hey, Beth. I'm just going to keep gibbering. If your guys are having fun conversations in the background, that's great, because I'm not checking in with the chat at all. Okay, so these are just my own personal notes. I keep these here for reference when I do private readings and stuff, okay? Aside just for a moment. So through July and August, like early in July, we've got Mars square Uranus, okay? Lots of urges, irrational, intense behavior, like freaking out for no reason. So just watch out, be careful. It could be like, you know, spontaneous anger, spontaneous inspiration, spontaneous, like, I just want to be me and I don't give a hoot about you. I'm all about me right now, so excuse me, get out of the way. Next, one of the big things is that Mars, okay, the planet of action and war and vitality and desire and getting and drive, is moving into Leo on the 20th, okay? And the Sun is moving into Leo on the 22nd. This is right at the end of July, okay? So look at that. Mars in Leo, Sun in Leo, and that's all going to add up, and we're going to have the Moon there in Leo. We're going to have the Moon in Leo as well, all over here, right there on July 23rd. So that's one big cluster bleep of Leo energy, all piling up at once. So there you go. So you add all that fiery energy with the Sagittarius and with the Aries. That's a tremendous amount of firepower, a lot of firepower, okay? But just remember about that square, okay? It's tough, it's rough, it's very, very, like almost aggressive, like spontaneously aggressive and overly assertive. So watch out for like spontaneous things like accidents or falling over or tripping or crashing or something like that, okay? Just be very, you know, on guard. Hold on, stay there, people. This, of course, as you know, is grape juice. Cha-ching, this is grape juice. Thank you very much. Good evening. Now, we mentioned earlier, okay, about this dynamic here. Pluto in Capricorn in hard square with Jupiter in Libra. Okay, so let's see if we can get something good out of this. Okay, Jupiter is a planet of like benevolence and healing and bounty and good fortune and just happiness and healing. It's healing and healing and healing. Jupiter is almost the sign of healing, okay? In the olden days, the planet of healing. So what you have is opportunity for healing. And it's challenging Pluto and Capricorn in terms of the relationship dynamics. So what can happen here is that with this squared energy coming up, it can indicate like where these really deeply buried power dynamics are buried, where you can feel a very strong like pull or connection between yourself and another, which is very deeply conflicted, that has been buried for a long time and needs addressing and needs healing, whatever the healing might be. then this is a golden opportunity, and it's right at the very end of July, coming into August. So what happens is, with this configuration here, it's a chance. I mean, it could, the healing, let's just look at this as an opportunity for healing, because we can feel it with Jupiter, because Jupiter is a visible planet. So the opportunity here is to discover and realize what is really, really, really screwed up about your most important relationships that leads to your disempowerment. Okay? Does that make sense? And then honor that. In other words, oh, if this person or this situation or that circumstances or that attitude or that belief is screwing up my life to the point where I'm losing all this power, that is not good. That thing, that person, that attitude, that situation, that lifestyle, it has to go. And sometimes we don't learn these things unless we have very, very stark, vivid, painful awakenings and confrontations with what does not work, because what remains is what does work. Now, with all this Leo energy coming up starting at the end of the month, this is an incredible opportunity to create a greater sense of self from inside of your heart. Okay, it's all about the heart energy, tuning into like the vibrant, pulsing version of you. Okay, and living in your own unique self as supported by Aries, in your own truth as supported by Sagittarius, and making it real, making it happen because of the Saturn energy, and making it very special and honorable and unique and individually yourself because of all the Uranus energy. Okay, this and this combined support the Leo North Node. So let's look at the bright side. Because Tarot Illumination is very much about the healing aspects of these energies. How can we translate and transmute all these energies for, because in healing we become happy. When we become happy, we can radiate more joy, and when we radiate more joy, we can become more happy, and we can infect others with happiness and joy and healing ourselves. You become transmitters of the healing power of love. Okay, you become transmitters and receivers of the energy of heaven, and the more that you can receive, the more that you can transmit, and it becomes a self-feeding machine, a love healing machine, the healing power of love. Okay, so this is a golden opportunity coming up starting at the end of July, and all healing comes from within. Okay, as within so without, so don't ever forget that. All right, so let's go to the bright side. Let's go to the positives. Okay, hey KB, I'm just seeing you there. Hey Shelly. Hey Shelly. Hey, I said hi to you, Manfred, already. Okay, I'm just looking at the chat quickly, just seeing who's out there. Hi everybody. My God, we got a crowd. Okay, normally this is the Sunday night crowd, but we're doing ASTROBABBLE like spontaneous because we were going to just record it, but we thought, screw it, let's just do it live because it works much faster and it's impromptu. There's no script here. All we have is the notes that Tarot Illumination made earlier, and we're just going live as if we would have recorded it. Okay, so let's have a look. North Node Leo eclipse. Okay, we've talked about it a few times already, and it's already inside the Tarot Illumination North Node in Leo playlist. But again, it's all about you guys rising up to your Leo self, because everybody has Leo in their chart somewhere. Everybody has Leo at 0 degrees and 29 degrees somewhere. And in the middle, it's about 15 degrees. So what's going to happen? Here, let's just do it like this. So what's going to happen over the next, 6 or 8 weeks, the next month or so, is we're going to have a wave pattern. Okay, it kind of goes like this. We've got July 23rd. Okay, and we've got August what? August 7th, and then August 21st. Okay, so look at this. Okay, this is very, very simplified. This is the new moon over here in Leo. Okay, here is the full moon eclipse in Leo and Aquarius. And here's the next new moon, August, okay, right over here in Leo. But this is an eclipse, and this one is an eclipse. So, like over the whole year, this is these three lunations are very, very important. Okay, please understand, they're very important, they're very powerful. These two especially. Okay, and what's happening at the end of July is this one is a precursor to what's going to happen over here. Okay, so it's like you're getting a heads up, people. Like, wake up, wake up, wake up. Okay, because we are going to be pushed to evolve. With the eclipses, there's no escape. Eclipses are very, very powerful transits. You cannot mistake them. Typically, what happens with an eclipse, the word eclipse exists for a reason. It's because things that are basically redundant, screwed up, messed up, obsolete, worn out, no longer appropriate for your life anymore, out of your life, gone. Okay? And that energy is going to become apparent at the full moon. We're going to feel the energy warming up from the new moon here at the end of July. And everything that you need to know and become aware of that is not working for you is going to become apparent around the full moon, okay? And then you're going to have a few weeks to figure out, holy poop, what am I supposed to do now? Because then at the end of August, you're going to have this solar eclipse new moon. So you get the chance to start all over and honor and respect North Node journey, which is the same freaking bus that all of us are on, okay? So let's have a look. I've just made this very simplified chart about the eclipses in the North Node. Okay, this is a universal chart. All right, got that? Hey, Iris. Hey, KB. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're doing a live little quickie here, ASTROBABBLE. Cheers, everybody. Cheers and welcome. This is a little chart that is focused all of its energy just on the Leo North Node and the eclipses coming up in August, okay? So here we are right now at the end of July. We're going to come up to the Leo new moon. So it's going to look like this on an astrology chart, okay? Somewhere here in the late degrees of Leo, there's going to be a lot of planets and a lot of energy lighting up the Leo North Node energy. It's going to wake everybody up, okay? So watch this, watch this. I did these notes in advance. So, for example, okay, do you see all the sun signs here? All this in the name of the astrology signs, okay? It could be any one of these. Now, where are you going to feel? I didn't spell that right. Where are you going to feel all of this stuff happening to you? Because you're going to feel it. There's no way out of it. So the question is where? So everybody in the world has Leo 0 degrees or Leo so degrees in their chart somewhere, because it looks like this for everybody, okay? Whoever you are, it's the same freaking pattern. It's just a question of where does it lie in your chart, in your life, in your world, okay? So let's go back to here again. So let's just say, for example, okay, hey, Gaia Sun, I saw your question. I just saw it. Gaia Sun, stay. Okay, bear with me, people. Gaia asked a question. What is the Leo North Node journey? Okay, first of all, if you have any time, please go onto the Tarot Lumination channel, search in the playlists for Leo North Node. There's a whole playlist in there for every sign about the Leo North Node journey. Okay, so that's a starting point. But for now, while we are here doing this live, let's just say that the Leo North Node journey is the evolutionary pull for all of us, every one of us, to evolve. Okay, the lunar nodes are very, very deeply profoundly buried, like in our psyche, our subconscious, because it's based with lunar energy, the raw, instinctive, intuitive animal self that answers to nature and raw gut instinct. And the lunar nodes change every 1.5 years or so, and they match the eclipse cycles. So they are very, very profound in our evolutionary journey through time and space. And I'm not a master astrologer, people. I only do this stuff because I have an elementary understanding of astrology, and I have to study this stuff because if I don't, my life gets wobbly. So I pay attention to the planetary aspects and patterns so that I don't end up in an astrological spiritual car crash, okay? Because I don't want to get hurt, and I don't want anybody to hurt me. That's why I study this stuff, and I'm just sharing the little that I know with you guys. So Gaia Sun, to answer your question, what is the Leo North Node journey? The Leo North Node journey is about honoring the energy of the Leo North Node. And it's the energy of heaven calling you and tapping you on the shoulder and saying, Gaia, dear Gaia Sun, it's about time, it's time now to honor the Leo North Node. We did all this, we did all that, and we're going to do all this, and we're going to do all that another day, another time. But right now, it's about you honoring your evolutionary path for the Leo North Node. So what does that mean? It means that the Leo part of your chart needs to a lot of special attention and care, where it is your evolutionary obligation to honor and respect that side of your nature. Excuse me, there's a massive jet plane going overhead. Sorry, Gaia. So with the Leo North Node, it's calling everyone on the planet to almost like act and behave as if you are a Leo for that part of your life. In other words, typical Leo is very, very happy to be themselves. They love who they are. I'm talking about high vibration Leos. They can be very creative, very loving, very caring, very generous, very bright and shiny, almost like a show off. But there's no vanity, okay? There's no narcissism. Really highly evolved Leos are just very bright, radiant beings who just love being themselves in their full glory, and they do not apologize. They are not ashamed. They accept that they have flaws and weaknesses, and that becomes humorous and fun and identifies them as being human, just like the rest of us. So in like maximum expression, Leo energy would be something like a virtuoso violin performer, or a rock star, or a pop star, or a movie star, or an actor or an actress who just makes up cool stuff as they go along, or somebody who just is very entertaining and is very happy in the spotlight, and who's very happy to shine and radiate their energy, okay? So the whole Leo North Node for everybody is asking you, Gaia included, and everybody else, to wherever this little point is in your astrological profile, that's where you need to shine. Now, Gaia, to go deeper answering your question, it also includes the energy of the South Node. The South Node energy is that which needs to be released. Now, typically, the South Node can also carry all your ancient treasures, all the stuff that you brought with you into this lifetime that is just yours by nature. In other words, it's like your heritage, your legacy, and all of that good stuff. It's your treasure chest of good stuff. But it's also everything that you've done before, and it's just like it's over. I've done all that, been there, done that, and it's redundant. So the whole idea, let's just do it this way. So because this looks like north, like going forward. So the whole idea of the Leo North Node journey would be to evolve and grow towards where we are being illuminated to go, with all the lights, all these planets lighting up, and the eclipses with the Leo North Node. And what that means is leaving behind all the Aquarius energy. So, again, Gaia, to answer your question, the evolutionary journey towards the Leo North Node implies that you're also saying goodbye to the energy of the South Node. Now, the Aquarius South Node is that very, very selfless energy. Okay, it's the Aquarius energy of just being there for the community. What works best for the community? What works the best for humanity? What works best for everybody? And I just want to get involved there and make it happen. I don't even care if I'm a volunteer. I just want to hang out and make this stuff cool for everybody, which is very, very wonderful. It's very, very Aquarian, because that's the Aquarian energy. And that's great. But what can happen with redundant or Aquarian energy when it's taken too far is that you end up losing all sense of self, all sense of identity for the sake of the community, the existing environment, the status quo in which you are already deeply enmeshed, whether you know it or not. And that's very, very debilitating. That's very, very disempowering. Okay, it's very, very unhealthy. We're not saying that Aquarius energy is unhealthy. All we're saying is that the shadow vibrations of Aquarius energy need to be left behind. You need to capture all the Aquarian good intentions for hope and humanity and being your selfless self for everybody else. But bring that forward, bring your gems and bring your treasure into the Leo energy, where you now reclaim yourself. You reclaim your identity. You say, you know what, screw it. I'm sick of just giving away all my power, all my life, all my identity, everything that I am and who I am, for the sake of the community, for the sake of the environment, for the sake of the larger family, the pack, the crowd, the missions, the purposes, the hopes for humanity, all of that stuff. In other words, I don't need to be a freedom fighter anymore. I don't need to go on marches and protests and save the world anymore. No, it's time for you to take care of yourself and be you. Like, if deep down you always wanted to be an artist, fucking do it. If you always wanted to be a business executive, go and do it. If you wanted to be a mom, if you wanted to be a spiritualist, if you wanted to be a caretaker, but do it all in a way that's very, very like confident and bright and shiny. No shame, okay? Because it's filled and imbued with your passion. Sitting here with the North Node journey. I'm not going to do this video. This is just a little ASTROBABBLE live. If you want to get deep into it, Gaia, you can go and watch the playlist, okay? Or anybody can watch that playlist. It's still applicable. It's going to be applicable for the next year and a half. We might update it later this year or early next year, but for now, it's still good. So I hope that helped you, Gaia. I don't know. But let's do this. Here's the thing that I was trying to get to earlier. This is the energy of the Leo North Node. The impetus of all this energy, can you see the way it's drawn here? Sagittarius, Saturn in Sagittarius is urging you to evolve. Uranus in Aquarius is urging you to evolve. All the Leo planets and energies coming up at the end of July and through August are telling you it's time to evolve and grow and honor this energy and leave this stuff behind. It's over, it's obsolete. So this is gone. Bring the treasures with you, but leave the rest behind, okay? So let's go to the little notes that I was trying to make earlier. We started off with this, the early notes about the Leo new moon, okay? So we talked about that. What's going to happen is in early August, we're going to be at the full moon. So at the full moon, what's going to happen? The sun is going to be over here in Leo with all these planets, and the moon is going to be all the way over here in Aquarius in the south node. It's almost like a big, 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 bright, shiny light is going to be going all over you. Let's just have fun. See if this works. Yay, it's going to be going all over you, saying, Aquarius, all this Aquarius stuff, this needs to go. Okay? Redundant, redundant. And the heavens are just saying, this is the stuff where you need to be aware, okay? You're being awakened to this is the cool stuff that needs to be brought into light, okay? So I was sorry, I got carried away there. You probably can't see it. I was just having fun. But anyway, so the full moon over here, okay, that's happening at around August the 7th, okay? So the moon is going to be over here, and it could be like a holy bleak moment for many of us, okay? And then at the end of August, okay, it's going to be all the way over here, and you're going to get another brand new full moon, another brand new moon, but this is going to be the eclipse, okay? So what's going to happen with these eclipses? Okay, we've talked about this one already. Enough? Have you had enough of this one? I have. So what's going to happen is, by the end of August, you may get these blinding realizations that there's a whole pile of stuff that is being eclipsed out of your life. Okay, and you may have realized what it is around early August. It's like, oh my God, I can see it. It's in stark clarity now. The ways that I've been giving away all my power, being supremely humanitarian, generous to everyone and everything else around me, where I'm just everyone else's like go-to person, doormat, road sweeper, counselor, team maker, team builder, happiness instigator, whatever it is. It's redundant. It's over. It's done. You don't have to do that anymore. It's time to take care of yourself, true, shiny, bright self, okay, for that part of your life. And you're going to really feel that at the end of August. We'll probably do more videos by then, but for now, this is just a quickie. So what's happening as well with these eclipses, again, with the eclipses, it's very, very stark, and there's no going back. Okay, so if you feel that there are certain parts of your life where the carpet, the foundations are being just ripped out from under you, you can't stop it. You just have to accept it and live with it and kind of roll with it, okay? But at the same time, that's what allows all the new stuff to move in, so you can truly honor the Leo North Node energy and respect the eclipses. There's no point in trying to fight this stuff. These planets, these energies are much bigger than you, much bigger than me, much bigger than all of us, much bigger than Earth, okay? It's, so it helps us a lot if we just honor the evolutionary path and let go and release what needs to be released and invite and accept and needs to be brought in, okay? And that's evolution. Sometimes this process, going through the next 6 or 8 weeks, might be very painful for a lot of people, as everything that is no longer relevant or useful to your life is ripped away. But it's going to allow the new stuff to come in. So that's the whole point of the eclipses. It's just that the eclipses match the North Node Leo journey. So that's why we're trying to do this little video here to let people know that the North Node Leo journey is directly tied into these eclipses coming up in August. There's no way out of it. And there's nothing else in this chart except the energy that is supportive to the evolutionary North Node journey. So look what we did for fun. Look at this. I did this earlier just before we started shooting. So, like for example, let's say you're a Pisces, okay? Where are you going to feel all this stuff happening about these eclipses in the North Node coming through August? Well, dear Pisces, you're going to feel it in the 6th house. Watch. Let's do it like this. Let's just say you're a Pisces. So this chart would now move like this. So Pisces would be on the horizon here, which leaves the energy of Leo over here high up in the 6th house. That's the house of work, habits, healing, chores, taking care of yourself, and service, and just around business and purification of your life. Very, very much about health and healing. Energies happening there. I don't want to go deep into the astrology. Just look up the 6th house, for example. That is where your Leo North Node energy is going to be happening, in your 6th house. So what if you are an Aquarius? Okay, 7th house. Look at that. That is a big deal, by the way. Because the 7th house is the house of primary fundamental relationships, marriage, one-on-one, ultimate enemies, ultimate spouse. Okay, so if you're an Aquarius, it would look like this. Okay, does that make sense? Here's the 1st house Aquarius, and there's the 7th house of marriage and fundamental one-on-one relationships. So you're going to really feel it in your primary relationships, Aquarius. What is it? You're going to have to let go of the Aquarian nature that you have and accept and understand what it's like to function and live in life with this Leo energy, which might feel very, very weird for you. So it might be very, very disruptive in your life, in your world, over this eclipse season, because you might feel as though a lot of things are just being like torn up, you know, to make way for the new. Because the whole point is that Aquarius now has to become all shiny and act like a Leo in their relationships. Totally unabashed, self-oriented, honoring the self, being very bright and shiny in your relationships with a significant other. So you might blow the mind of your significant others. They may not be expecting this at all, but it's going to happen, okay? And it might take a year or two. It's okay. So what if you're a Capricorn? It's going to happen in the 8th house. Okay, that's the house of deep intimacy, shared resources. It's like the scary dark place where nobody wants to go. But there's a tremendous amount of healing there if you can handle going into the depths, okay? So Capricorn, you see what's going, do you see a pattern here, people? So for Capricorn, it would look sort of like this, okay? So the Leo North Node energy and these eclipses, it's all going to happen up here in your 8th house. So you might feel it in the area of sexuality, shared finances, shared resources, deep, profound, almost like scary moments of intimacy with significant others. It's not just like getting married, boyfriend, girlfriend. It's about going deep, deep into the soul, but to light up and shine, be fearless and radiate that energy there, okay? Next, Sagittarius, do you see this? The 9th house. Look, we're going to go back here. So here's Capricorn. So Sagittarius would look like this here in the 9th house, okay? So you might get blinding, new, exciting inspiration to be like literally like a rock star guru, or like really, really having a chance to be very, very shiny and bright in like sharing your wisdom and knowledge and bringing wisdom and knowledge into your life and your world to share with everybody else, instead of giving it away to the community. in the rest of the world. It's time for you, Sagittarius. Okay. Next, look at Scorpio. It's going to happen in your 10th house. Okay, look. So Scorpios, for example, it's going to happen here. Okay, that's the ice cream truck and the little kitty's vegetable truck, okay? The neighborhood vegetable truck. Sorry about that sound. So Scorpio, there's you on the horizon. All this eclipse energy in Leo is happening up here in your 10th house. So it's going to be really all about your career, your place in the world, rock star in your career, okay? So Scorpio, that might feel very, very weird for you because Scorpio, you are typically very, very quiet, discreet, and behind the scenes. And the very last thing you would want anybody to do is see you as a shiny, bright rock star in the world, okay? It just doesn't make any sense to a Scorpio. And yet, that is the best thing you could possibly do for yourself. In other words, like act as if you're a pop star, as if you're a movie star, and you know what you're doing all the time, and you just do it in a way that blows people away. How you do it. That's how you live out and honor your evolutionary path, Scorpio, okay? In your career, place in the world, in the outer world. Do not be shy. Libra, it's going to happen in your 11th house. So Libra, over here, let's do it like this. Can you see the picture now? Does it start to make sense? Your Leo energy is over here in the 11th, yeah. It's in the 11th house. Sorry, this, doing this thing live, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just winging it, and I'm hoping you can hear it and see it and understand it. And if it doesn't make any sense, you might have to replay it later. Libra, that's you on the horizon. So the Leo stuff is happening over here in your 11th house. So it might sound weird, but it's time for you to be a rock star in the area of your community, inspiring others, bringing an energy of hope and idealism and a sense that things can work properly for the world and for everybody, okay? It's almost like being the ultimate humanitarian rock star celebrity who promotes the cool thing to do right now, like save the whales or save the dolphins or something. It's that kind of energy. Okay, I hope that makes sense. God, really, I'm serious. So Virgos, it's happening in your 12th house. Okay, does that make sense? Did you see that? Virgo, 12th house. So Virgo, it's going to look like this for you. Okay, that's Libra. That's Libra. This would be Virgo. So Virgo, the 12th house energy is all about endings, putting things to rest, wrapping things up, in touch with the deepest part of your spirituality and invoking the will of heaven, accepting the will of heaven into your life and surrendering to all that is, understanding that love is all there is, and it's okay for you to be that way. It's almost like you, Virgo, now have permission to be the ultimate love child. You can be the ultimate love hippie. You can walk down the street in your hippie clothes, and you can just chant and meditate, and everyone could just walk by you saying, like, who is that? Who is that? And they'll say, oh, that's just Virgo. Don't worry about her. She's on her Leo North Node trip. Leave her alone. She's fine. Just let her do her thing, okay? She's talking to God right now, and actually God is talking to her. And she's going to let us know what it's all about in next year, okay? So that's kind of cool for you. So Virgo, you have the right and the obligation, the duty and the opportunity to evolve into the ultimate form of allowing yourself to be healed, allowing things to just end and die that no longer work for you, and just accepting the new cool stuff. Movie star getting an award. Okay? Let's have a look. Let's keep going. So Leos, it's happening in your first house. Oops, I should have marked that. Look. This is a big deal for you guys, Leo. This is happening right in your face. Okay. Oh, there's a Google jet flying overhead. It's a YouTube jet. Okay. It's actually that was the Terra Lumination private jet. What we do when we do private readings, we actually take private jets where the clients are, and we hang out in cafes and do this stuff. That's what we do here. That's how cool we are here. Okay. So with Virgo, with Leo, it's happening right in your face in the first house. Let's find you, Leo, here. Let me rip this open. So Leo, this is you. All of this stuff is saying, Leo, be the ultimate Leo like you have never done it before. Like you may already think you're awesome. You may be really good at being a Leo already, bright and shiny. You're awesome, like fearless, wonderful, glorious self, exposed to everything through the Aquarius South Node full moon, August, of things that are not cool about you, things that need to be left behind, things that are no longer, and just get rid of them, let them go. You might have been like acting as a very magnanimous, generous person in ways that were actually very disempowering. That's not cool anymore. You need all your life and light and power for you, because that's how you can love yourself the most and be your shiniest, brightest self the most, so you can share that light with the rest of the world. It's like, Leo, you are called upon to be more than any time ever before in the next 20 years, okay? So you're going to be called upon to be a lighthouse, okay? To be that shining bright light for everybody else, okay? Show us all how to do it. Even if you have to show off, we won't judge you. Next, we have Cancer. So that's going to happen in your, this way. Okay, it looks like this way. So Cancer, that's for you guys. Cancer, it's going to be in your second house. It's all about worth, value, self-worth, realizing how valuable you are, dear Cancerians. It's time for you to realize how important you are, how valuable you are, and there's no shame in that. Like if you have assets, gifts, talents that need to be brought out and shining in this world, this is the time to do it. Right now, end of July, and all through August, and then for another year at least, okay? So it might feel very, very weird for you Cancerians, because Cancerians, you can be extremely shy. Like the last thing you would ever want to do is go out onto the big stages of life and strut your stuff. Show everybody how much you have, how much you are worth, displaying your abilities, about how to care, how to nurture yourself, how to nurture others. There's nothing wimpy or immature or childish or unmasculine or unfeminine about that. It's very, 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 it's what the world needs, frankly. Everything else is nurture, self-care, self-love. And Cancerians are the experts. And now you're being asked to shine as though you're one of those TV doctor experts who knows all about care and love and healing, love and self-healing, and the healing of others by propagating the energy of heaven, by propagating the healing power of love. Healing, okay? When you heal others and you allow others to, and you can encourage others to heal themselves, like being a very good caretaker, a very good nurse, a very good mom, a very good child raiser, an expert, shiny, bright homemaker, someone who takes care of the ones who are hurt and lost. That's an incredible gift. If you can do that and shine that in such a way that you're like Lady Di or something, that would be the perfect energy for you guys. It's almost like Lady Di. And if you can't imagine how to do that, like, act as if anyway. Okay, Cancerians? Next, it's over in your 3rd house. So Geminis, guess what that means? Okay, so Gemini, what that means, guess what? This is kind of cool for you guys, because Geminis, you're communicators anyway. You love to listen, you love to speak, you love to communicate and be there in the mix with everybody and all the people. It's this Western economy, this westernized way that we live here, especially in the United States and westernized countries, are very heavily mercurial, Gemini oriented. There's tremendous amounts of communication and internet and YouTube and Google and Facebook and computers and emails and smartphones and community and sharing and information with each other. So you're absolutely in your element here, Gemini. It should be a lot of fun for you to be like the ultimate communicator, the ultimate listener, the ultimate expresser of how to bring in all the stuff and the wisdom that you've attained from decades, and now bring that into a way that works so that everybody can understand it. Okay, so in other words, we don't all have to be gurus. We can just listen to you, okay, because you've already been up to the mountain and come back, and now you can explain it to everyone else like you're one of those teachers, and everybody loves you. Like, oh God, I love being there with the Gemini when they're at the head of class, because they make it so much fun to understand what the bleep I have no idea about. So that's your chance, Gemini, to do that, okay? Over here, 3rd house. Next, Taurus for you. It's in the 4th house, okay? So for Taurus, let's put this over here. All right, Taurus, you got it? So Taurus, you're being asked to shine in the foundations of life. And everything that's not working for you, obsolete and redundant in the foundations, in the sense of security in your life and home and family, and everything that you thought was your home and family and your world and your community, it is getting ripped up and pulled out and stripped away from you. And you're being asked to move into a whole new life and a whole new world. It works for you, where you can be the star of your own world, your own foundation, where you feel safe, where you feel protected, where you feel that you can shine your own light and do it in a way that makes sense to you, so you can create stability for yourself, not for everybody else. In other words, it's over, Taurus. You don't have to be everyone else's nurse, nanny, carpet doormat, peacemaker, relationship fixer, hospitality queen, or you don't have to do that. It's all about you focusing on your energy right now for what works for you, so you can make your own shiny, bright home that's for you, okay? What works for you, Taurus? Okay, and Aries, for you, it's in the 5th house. So, wow, that could be fun, Aries. This could be very exciting for you. That would be right here, like this. Node energy could be forcing you by ripping away anything that is just all about, again, sort of like Taurus, giving away all of yourself, your energy, to the community at the expense of yourself. It's obsolete, it's redundant. It's time for you to shine and radiate for yourself, to be the rock star of your life, to here, this is all about Leo energy, which is the energy of rock stars, pop stars, movie stars, creativity, being a light for others, being adventurous, risk-taking, having fun, being happy, being really creatively expressive. It's almost like self-indulgent, but it's really not. High vibration Leo energies are very, very loving, generous people who love to share and give all their sunlight and happiness to everyone else, just like a big flashlight. Look at me, I'm a Leo. Look at all this. Everybody, let's have fun, okay? That's kind of what we're talking about. For you, Aries, do not be shy. Even though you might be have dissolve yourself so much in, let's say, communities, environments, families, homes, and groups. It's done, 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 done. It's over. So that was my little rant. I hope that made sense to you for this little ASTROBABBLE episode. I'm just going to leave it like that. You can have a look at this quickly if you want. I'm just going to do this so you can have a close-up scan. And if you have to, you can rewind and watch the whole thing again. I don't know how to do timestamps. I saw somebody the other day who did 3 timestamps for one of these shows. It was cool. And I'll just show you this one again, because this is for the new moon coming up, okay, which is very, very soon. So we're just going to do this very gently, very slowly. That we talked about early in the show will resonate with you about this pattern here. All right. That's pretty much about all I was going to do. I know some of you have gone home already, and I hope it made sense to you. And we're going to do this again for sure. That was delicious grape juice. Yeah, thank you. So I wanted to say thank you, everybody, for whoever tuned in. All of you. I see that some of you had to leave because you probably had your sun sign, moon sign, rising sign thing already. That's cool. Little video is going to be uploaded pretty soon, and we'll set it all up so it works properly. So if you want to go back and watch for your signs and little things like that, that could be cool. That could be fun. Getting to that time in the month when we're going to have the Tarot Lumination General Tarot readings coming up really soon. And we're also going to have the Tarot Lumination General Love and Relationship readings coming up soon too, okay? So that's a fun thing to look forward to for all of us. It's a lot of work. Do it. We can hang in. And of course, we got Sunday Night Live coming up in a few days. All right, everybody? So I guess I'm going to check out. We're not going to do any readings here. We're going to do that on Sunday night, just for fun. Christ, what was I going to say? Hold on. I just want to have one last little sip. There we go. It's out there. Just give me a moment. I just want to check out some of you guys. I don't want to just shut down just this moment because it's been a lot of fun. It was scary to go live, but we just see who's there. Devon, Ivona, Beth. Hi, Beth. Hi, Beth. Hi, Primary. There. How's it going? Hi, Ivona. Hi, Delia. Pour me a glass. BSU, what's going on? Hi. Hi. Let's have a look. Who's Sandra? Hi. Hi, Sandra. Let's have a look. What else is going on up there? Sandy and KB, Janita, Shanita, Hanita. I hope I got that right. Gaia, I hope I said, you know, what we were talking about earlier. I hope that made sense for you. Hi, Sandra. Path Traveler, yay. Dude in the house, yay. Okay. Okay, I checked in with folks. So, damn, I don't want to go now. I feel like I'm at home and everyone's hanging out and like, oh, I don't want to go home now. I don't want to go home. But don't worry, we're going to do this again. Okay? So, yeah, I'm just going to say hello and goodbye, and I'm going to kind of say a kind of a sad, like, I don't really want to go now, but we're going to close it down anyway kind of thing. All right? So thank you for showing up to a little ASTROBABBLE event, and we'll do this again. Okay? Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Cheers.